all around, so we've got appetizer and or side dishes coming your way today, and they all use potatoes or sweet potatoes. I know some people prefer to just go all out and not worry about healthy over the holidays, and that is totally allowed, but I know some people also like to have healthier or lighter options available for themselves or for loved ones who might be trying to not stray too far over the holidays. So these recipes are for you. I love potatoes in any form, and if you do too, then you're gonna love these. First, we've got these beautiful potato stackers. I use a mandolin to cut russet potatoes and sweet potatoes super thin. Feel free to leave the skin on. I like to dry the russet potatoes between paper towels to help soak up some of the moisture so they crisp up more in the oven. In a bowl, I combine coconut oil, fresh thyme or sage, and salt and pep. Toss the potato slices to coat evenly. Layer the potatoes into a muffin tin, alternating potato types here and there, and stack until they reach just above the top of the tin. I also soak some wooden skewers or toothpicks to add and hold the stackers together. Soaking keeps them from burning in the oven. Bake until golden and crispy. Cool for a few minutes and then use a spatula or butter knife to remove. I like to sprinkle with a little Parmesan before serving. These are so tasty! The texture of the thinly sliced potatoes is delicious because they crisp up on the edges but stay soft in the center. They're gorgeous as is or cut down the middle. A beautiful, delicious beginning or addition to your holiday meal. Next up, sweet potato bacon hush puppies, and these babies are baked, not fried. I combine cornmeal, oat flour, baking powder, salt and pepper, and optional cayenne for dry ingredients. Separately, I mix finely diced onion, almond milk, beaten eggs, sweet potato puree, and melted coconut oil or butter. Add the dry into the wet and stir to integrate, and then mix in some crumbled cooked bacon. Spoon some of the batter into mini muffin tins. About 1 tablespoon of mixture works perfectly. Bake until firm to the touch and lightly golden. And I always need a little sprinkle of powdered sugar on my hush puppies. These have a bit of natural sweetness from the sweet potato in them, but they're really savory overall, so that bit of powdered sugar completes the dish for me. A fluffy, salty sweet bite that also happens to be gluten-free. These will help prep me for all of the holiday deliciousness still to come. For more holiday recipes, subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of new videos. Here's a twist on a classic, sweet potato banana casserole. I poke my sweet potatoes with a fork and roast for about 30 to 40 minutes. Then I add bananas to the pan and roast for a bit longer until the potatoes are done and bananas begin to turn black. Roasting the potatoes helps caramelize them, making them even sweeter and more flavorful than boiling. When cool enough to handle, carefully remove the potato from the skin and peel the bananas. Add both to a bowl along with almond milk, eggs, cinnamon, nutmeg, and salt. Use a hand mixer to whip them on up. I love how fluffy the hand mixer makes this when integrating, but you can go ahead and use a spoon or whisk and some muscle if you don't have a hand mixer. For the topping, I combine rolled oats, chopped pecans, chopped dates, oat flour, cinnamon, salt, and coconut oil. I add the potato banana mash to a casserole dish and then sprinkle on the topping. Add the entire dish to the oven and cook until golden. You can totally skip the marshmallows since there's plenty of natural sweetness in this with the sweet potatoes and bananas in the base, and the chopped dates in the topping. Wow, this takes sweet potato casserole to a new level. The caramelized roast sweet potatoes with the ripe bananas make this dish a sweet complement to the rest of your savory meal. And that crunchy topping is a nice textural element to contrast the sweet and fluffy potato filling. Next, we're kicking mashed potatoes up a notch with this root veggie marble mash. Peel all root vegetables and cut into 1-inch cubes or pieces. Add the potatoes, parsnips, rutabaga, and turnips to one pot, and the sweet potatoes and carrots to another. We're going for both a white color and an orange color. Fill both pots with water and add a bit of salt. Bring to a boil, reduce heat to medium, and cook until fork tender. Drain the veggies and then return them to their pots. Add butter and milk to each separately and mash and mix to combine. I love butter in my mashed potatoes, but if you aren't a fan, you can skip it. You don't need much to add a lot of flavor though. Then I can take the 2 different colored mashes and marble them together in a serving dish. It's beautiful. The different root vegetables provide more flavor, and these almost taste like fancier mashed potatoes, which is fun for a holiday experience. Plus, we get the sweet and savory varieties served together. Last, I've got a cold dish for you, a roasted sweet potato noodle salad. First, I peel and spiralize sweet potatoes. I add those noodles in reasonable lengths to a baking sheet with parchment paper and drizzle with oil, a sprinkle of salt, and toss to coat. Roast briefly. They're small pieces so they don't need much time, and then cool. Once cool, whisk together pomegranate juice, lime zest and juice, maple syrup, olive oil, and salt as your dressing. Add the cooled roasted sweet potato noodles along with pomegranate arils, pumpkin seeds, feta cheese, chopped dates, and fresh parsley. So fresh, colorful, and fun with texture and flavor. This is honestly my favorite dish of the day, not only because it's so beautiful, but the taste is just phenomenal. Roasting the noodles makes them sweeter and more robust. Along with some great toppings, it's light and flavorful overall, but it still feels special for the holidays. I hope you enjoyed these potato side dishes and appetizers. They're perfect for Thanksgiving, Christmas, or any holiday party where you'd like to include a lighter option. And potatoes are always a hit. I know these dishes are. Thanks so much for being here. Let me know what other kinds of holiday recipes you'd like to see in the comments. I will see you next week with a brand new episode. And remember, especially when it comes to holiday meals, it's all a matter of mind over munch.